Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting. I am doing a drugstore versus high-end video. I did one half of my face with drugstore makeup and the other side of my face with high-end makeup, of course. And I've really been wanting to do one of these kind of videos for a while, and I finally did it. It just was a long process trying to find dupes for things, but I did it. Pause this video right now and comment down below which side you think is high-end and which side you think is drugstore. Do you think it's this side? What is this side to you guys? Is this right to you? Do you think the right side is drugstore high-end, or do you think the left side is drugstore high-end? Let me know in the comments down below. Pause this video right now. Let's have a little fun little game about it. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you a part of this little family community I have going on here on YouTube. We are pretty chill over here. While you're down there, hit that notification bell button so you are notified when I do upload. And don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. You guys know I live for those thumbs. You know I do. You know I do. I live for them. Enough rambling. Let's get right into this drugstore versus high-end video. Okay, so apparently I wasn't recording when I was doing my brows. Am I not recording? Are you fucking... Oh. Okay. So, I was using the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder on this side and the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit on this side. The Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder is a little bit less pigmented than the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. You can get a little bit more of a natural brow with this one. You can get a little bit too heavy-handed with this one, but I will say I kind of like the Wet n Wild a little bit more than this one. But they're practically the same concept, except this one has a cute little brow in it. Disclaimer, I have to make this disclaimer again. I just got my lips done. My lips are a little bit swollen and a little bit bruised, so if you're like, what's wrong with his mouth? That's why. All right, so for primer today, I have the YSL Touche Clot Blur Primer, this one right here, and then I have the NYX Pore Filler. Now, I will say I was gonna use the Benefit Professional with the NYX pore filler, but after further swatching and rubbing in my skin, I realized that the texture is about the same as the YSL one. So on this side, I'm going to use the NYX pore filler. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker, but trust me, the texture is literally the same. Oh, and I got my cheeks redone too, in case you're wondering why there's little dots right there. Oh my God. Okay, and on this side of my face, I'm going to go in with, of course, the YSL Touche Eclat. The Blur Primer from YSL. I actually really love this stuff. As you can tell, this one's more of a gel consistency. I will tell you that I love the YSL one so much. And a little bit goes a long way with this primer. For those of you who keep asking, yes, I do put makeup on my forehead. I just put very little. I put a little bit of foundation on my forehead and that's it, because no one's gonna see my forehead. So, why would I waste makeup? You know what I mean? Next up is foundation. On this side of my face, I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl Vitalast Healthy Elixir Foundation. I've heard great things about this. And then on this side of my face, I'm gonna be going in with the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation. I've heard that these are actually pretty close dupes of each other. It does go a long way. I will say, oh wow, I'm loving how this is blending out. It's blending out effortlessly. Okay, so far I really like this foundation. I've never tried it before and I'm kind of digging it. So now I'm gonna go into my Too Faced foundation, the Born This Way. I've used this. This is 2 years old, so I'm kind of scared to put this on my skin, but oh well. So I'm gonna take a few pumps. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, she's almost gone. Oh, she said, fuck you, actually. Actually, you're not gonna be using me today. Okay, we'll do with that for right now. I could definitely see how some people consider these dupes. They kind of blend out the same and they kind of have the same amount of coverage. Both actually very hydrating. I honestly kind of like the CoverGirl one a little bit more. Next up is concealer. I have the ColourPop concealers and I'm going to compare them to the Tarte Shape Tape. They're not drugstore, they're not sold in the drugstore, but they are affordable. These are so cheap. I'm going to go into Fair Neutral from the ColourPop concealer. I love the wand on the ColourPop concealer so much. And then I have Fair Neutral from the Tarte Shape Tape. I love the Tarte Shape Tape, but lately I feel like my under eyes are just a little bit too dry for it. This one's more on the pinker side. I would say this one's actually more neutral than the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just gonna go back in with the ColourPop Fair concealer. Oh, I should have went in with this one in the first place, my bad. Quickly before I blend out the under eyes, I'm gonna talk about the powders because I like to have my powders ready to set my under eyes as quickly as possible. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair, and then I have the lightest COVERFX powder. So here is the two powders. And taking my Morphe E49 brush, I'm gonna dip into the Maybelline powder. Oh wow, I love this powder. Oh, this powder is really nice. Taking the same brush and going into the COVERFX. Right off the bat, I can tell you that the COVERFX is a little bit thicker and a little bit cakier. The Maybelline one is a little bit more finely milled. I will say I do like the ColourPop side a little bit more because it's just a little bit more hydrating, and I do really like the Maybelline setting powder. Tarte Shape Tape side and the COVERFX side looks a little bit drier. By the by, you guys, the strawberry green tea from Starbucks is everything. Why are these always... CVS, I need you to stop putting these damn stickers on these fucking items. It makes them look so ugly. I have the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha. I love this so much, but I think I found a pretty close dupe to it. It is the Maybelline Master Contour Duo Stick. So I'm gonna get on with the Maybelline one on this side, of course. I will say the Maybelline one is a little bit creamier. Like a tiny bit more creamier. And on this side, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty one in Mocha. This is just the tiniest bit darker, but whatever. And this is also a little bit drier. Just going a little bit more. Yeah, the Fenty Beauty one is definitely a lot more pigmented. Okay, so next to contour my face, I think you guys know what I'm gonna pull out. It is the e.l.f. contour kit. You guys know I'm obsessed with this e.l.f. contour kit. It's so easy to travel with. The shades in it are perfect. I'm gonna compare it to the Kat Von D Shade and Light. I've had this forever. It's the old packaging. It's busted up, it's raggedy. She's been through it. These are both really amazing. If I'm not using this, I'm using this, to be honest. I'm not really using any other contour kit or contour palette. They're just really great. So on this side, I'm using e.l.f. This side, I'm using Kat Von D. I think you guys get the gist of that by now. Just going to contour my face. Oh, so nice. Look how pretty that contour shade is. Spot cleaning. This palette is a lot more pigmented and it goes a lot further. I've had this for 2 years and I still haven't hit pan because you just need the tiniest bit. So pretty. Like they're both the same colors essentially. Like it's unclockable. Both really great palettes. So for bronzer, I have the Physician Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light. It's the light bronzer. Love light bronzers, and that brings me to the HOOLA Light on this side. I'm going to be using the Benefit HOOLA Light Bronzer. This is my holy grail bronzer currently. I thought these would be perfect because this is a light bronzer and so is this one, and they both kind of have the same shade to them. I'm taking my Morphe R7 brush, my favorite bronzing brush. I'm going to dip into this Physician Formula Butter Bronzer. This is such a pretty color. I like this bronzer. And it kind of smells like coconut, which is nice. And then on this side, I'm gonna take my Benefit HOOLA Light Bronzer. I'm just gonna use my MAC 137 brush. The Benefit one is definitely a little bit more pigmented. Next up is blush. On this side, I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush Ombre Blush in the shade The Princess Dequeries? This shade. And then on this side, I have the CIATE London blush in Summer Love. These are my favorite blushes. CIATE has some of my favorite blushes. They're just so pretty. And I'm gonna take my Morphe M523 brush to put on the Wet n Wild blush. Cute. Just going to spot clean the same brush and then go in with the CIATE London one. I'm gonna spray my face real fast before I highlight, and I'm gonna use Urban Decay De-Slick on this side and the Urban Decay setting spray, my favorite setting spray currently, on this side. So on this side of my face, I'm going to be using the Everglow from OFRA. Beverly Hills from OFRA is the exact same thing, minus one shade. So we can also be using that, but I can't find that one. I was gonna use that one because I know this one isn't available anymore as far as I'm aware. But Beverly Hills by OFRA is like the literal same thing. I think I found like the perfect dupe. This has 3 shades as well. I stumbled across this at the drugstore. This is from Milani. It is their Face and Eye Strobe palette in the shade 01. And this has 3 shades as well. Both these look together. I hope they're blinding. So this side, Nikki Tutorials, Everglow. This side, Milani. You guys get the gist so far. Yeah, first highlight this side with Everglow. Look how pretty. Oh, I love OFRA highlighters so much. Honestly, OFRA highlighters have gone unmatched for me. Like, their highlighters are so blinding for no reason. This side of my nose, this side of my lip. And now taking the Milani one with a different Morphe M501. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Oh, wow. I'm kind of shook right now. I was not expecting this from Milani. Okay, Milani did that. This is gorgeous. I have heard no one talk about this. I'm happy I'm like the first one to talk about it. Okay, moving right along to the eyes. I'm so excited to talk about this. I've heard a lot of people duping these 2 items together for a while now, and I just wanted to put it to the test now. I have the ColourPop Yes Please palette versus the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. These are the 2 compared to each other. But look how close these look to each other, you guys. Isn't that crazy? You guys know Natasha Denona prices are insane. So let's put these to the test. I'm gonna quickly prime my eyes, set them real fast so we can get right into the eyeshadow. Don't worry, I'm gonna be using different brushes on different eyes just so I'm not cross contaminating the product, just so it's like as you get what I'm saying. First, gonna start on this eye with the ColourPop Yes Please palette. I do know that this is a little bit hard to get your hands on right now. It's kind of always being sold out, but trust me, once you get your hands on it, you're gonna love it. I've used this several times. It's definitely an amazing palette. I am first gonna go into the shade Champs right here with my Morphe M441 brush into the crease. As you can tell, a lot comes on the brush. It's really pigmented. I'm gonna build it up a little bit more and just blend out the edges and really wing it out. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Horizon in the Natasha Denona Sunset palette with a different Morphe M441 brush. And do the same thing on this eye. Next, taking the shade Louis in the ColourPop palette with my Morphe MR39 brush. I'm gonna deepen up the crease just a little bit more. And then going into the shade Sinai in the Natasha Denona palette with my MAC 217, I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. I honestly think the ColourPop palette is a little bit more richer in red undertones than the Natasha Denona. And just running Louis under my lash line from the ColourPop palette. So I just ran those 2 colors that I was just talking about under the lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Mischief from the ColourPop palette with my Morphe M224 brush, and I'm just going to pack that on the lid, kind of keeping it a little bit away from the center. I'm gonna go for a little fall smoky eye here. I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side of my face with the Natasha Denona palette with the shade Volcano. I gotta say the ColourPop side is definitely richer in color, and I think the pigmentation is about the same in both palettes, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, just this side just seems more richer in color and this side just seems a little bit more duller, and this is $125 worth of eyeshadow and this is like a lot cheaper. So I fucks with ColourPop. Okay, so in case any of you are wondering, I use the Cake Face Beauty lashes in Sweetie, and then I use the Maybelline Big Shot waterproof mascara on the eyes. Okay, so for lips, I have the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Sanctuary and the ColourPop Ultra Satin lipstick in Mess Around. This one isn't fully matte, but this one is. I couldn't find, it was so hard for me to find a lipstick dupe. It was just like impossible. These are the closest dupes I could find. First, going in with the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Mess Around, gonna go on this side of my face. Next is the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Sanctuary, Jesus. All right, I guess that is everything. That is my face done. Honestly, you guys, I think both sides look amazing. I honestly kind of like the drugstore side just a little bit more than the high-end side. Everything looks great. There's not one thing I did not like on either side. I mean, I will say the NYX Pore Filler Primer was kind of a miss for me. I like the ColourPop eyeshadow a little bit more than NATASHA DENONA. Highlight, I think Milani was amazing. If you guys are gonna get anything from this video, I think Milani was sickening. Lipstick is perfect. I like the lips. They matched perfectly. All right, you guys, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first ever drugstore versus high-end type of video. If you guys want more of them, let me know in the comments section below. I'll definitely do a lot more. I really enjoyed finding dupes and finding like, I really enjoyed like the process of making this video and filming it. It was just a lot. It was just a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a huge thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, do so. Just hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me, you know what I mean? And yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.